only certain types of corruption seem to get their attention. Their struggle isn't necessarily with black people. They made a 10-minute video fussing about Kanye and what he wasn't doing about the black community, but where's the video on systematic and institutionalized racism? Where's that at? Why are they not talking about that? Because it's not a part of their agenda.
Alright, back again with 9:30. I got you here today because I want to talk to you about the Hacktivist group Anonymous. It's a digital organization where they hack and infiltrate different corporate entities, different facets of the government, and allegedly that they're supposed to bring about truth and justice, to the people. In the Ferguson case, I think that's where they really gained their fame because they were going to be the ones to bring about the identity of who was supposed to be Officer Darren Wilson. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they kind of dropped the ball on that. But even to this day, a lot of black people still look towards Anonymous to help them out in any form and fashion that they can. I want to know what's your opinion on the Hacktivist group Anonymous, and what role do they play in the struggle for black people?
They don't play one. They don't play a role, period, in the struggle for black people. You got to realize that, I'm gonna say, like, when I first heard of Anonymous, like, when I tell you I thought it was, like, the most awesomest, like, on the planet. I'm like, I want to be a part. Like, they, and they had the Guy Fawkes masks. I was going to get me an Anonymous tattoo before the group even came out because, what it represented for me was standing up against corruption. But the thing is, with the Hacktivist group, only certain types of corruption seem to get their attention. Their struggle isn't necessarily with black people. They made a 10-minute video fussing about Kanye and what he wasn't doing about the black community, but where's the video on systematic and institutionalized racism? Where's that at? Why are they not talking about that? Because it's not a part of their agenda. They have their own personal agenda, and it's to fight imperialism, the fascists and all that. Like, that's what their agenda is. It has nothing to do with black people, because at the end of the day, they're still a predominantly white organization, and that's whose freedoms they protect. They protect their own freedoms, and at the end of the day, even if their mission is successful, we're still going to be oppressed. They're not here for us because they can correct all these wrongs, they can rewrite all these laws, but you still that the system of justice nor the legal system that we have is set up to protect black people to begin with, so we still left out. So you can look to them for all you want to expose certain situations. They'll present the information out there, but unless you do a complete overthrow of the government, Anonymous can't do nothing for the black community. Nothing. And I don't think they intend on doing it either.
And, it's interesting that you say that because everybody seems to think that exposing the government is what's really going to lead to, change, worldwide change. But it seems like the government has been exposed in multiple cases.
Man, since the beginning of time. It's been presidents shot behind telling the truth. They killing their own. They don't care. Anything to maintain that control. They're going to scramble and they're going to do what they have to do. Like, you can't, exposing people does nothing. That's not a real action.
So in your opinion, can there really be a digital war, that takes place?
Digital revolution.
To
a certain extent, yes. And I say that to say, because essentially everything is going to a more digitized format anyway when it comes to the way we buy things, the way we purchase things, even to the way we get paid with things like direct deposit and stuff. A large percent of people's wealth at some point with them getting ready to do the RFID chips and stuff like that, everything is going to be, a person's entire wealth is essentially going to be numbers on a computer screen. And that's the time when groups like Anonymous can actually, make a change. Because you can freeze all these people's assets until they decide to do the right thing. But at the same time, absolute power corrupts absolutely. So what happens when they do get that power to do so? Do you think we're gonna be safe? The average everyday consumer? Because like I said, they're not fighting for black rights now. So it is gonna put them in a position of control that really nobody should have. So we still have to be aware with that. It can happen, and it just might happen. I think that's the whole purpose of like RFID chips, because the digital revolution itself is like it'll be a milestone. It'll be a milestone for both parties, for the imperialists, for the elite, for the Boule, Illuminati, whoever you want to call it. Like it's gonna be major leeway for them. Cause that's why all these biotech companies, you got all these stocks and stuff shooting up, because they have a way to synthesize vitamins now. So who's to say they won't put these chips in you and they won't synthesize poisons and carcinogens? You pretty much you have to abide. It's gonna be like the Born Legacy, Born Supremacy, all over again. In real life though. Like I'm serious. It might sound crazy, but you gotta understand when we get this information and stuff is on TV, this is stuff that's already been reflected upon for 50 years before they even let us know. So they gotta go, and they gonna aim for it, and we're gonna be out here looking crazy if we don't prepare ourselves for it now.